Ordinarily, people would consider me distant from the usual emotions of human life. But how ordinary are people anyway? I suppose I look at life a little differently. My impressions are molded by a series of events that were not in my control, and I've grown through this life from the outside. I never really knew my mother. And as for my dad, we got fleeting glimpses of the last few years of his life. So I grew up with my sister in foster homes. We were always on the move, wondering what the next day would bring. But we really had no place we could call home. As children, we never imagined that there was a world out there that other people spent all their lives grabbing at. As much as we wanted to break out into that world, nobody ever told us that the more we grabbed, the more we would lose a few pieces of ourselves. It was inevitable, I guess. So I drifted along in search of that world, wondering if it would finally have a place for me in it. Wondering if it would finally embrace me with open arms. Or would I be a drifter for the rest of my life?
Shah? Shah?
What?
Shah? Bloody deaf idiot.
Mr. Setna? Hi, I'm Cyrus. I've come regarding the pottery school. Mr. Setna, how do you do, sir? I'm Cyrus. It's truly an honor to be standing before you.
Honor? Son of honor. You have come from where?
Jamshedpur, actually. I was...
Shah, you can't hear when I'm yelling to you. What if it had... Hello, I'm Katie.
My wife.
Hello, Mrs. Setna. I'm Cyrus. Like I was saying, sir, it truly is an honor. I've been following your work ever since I can remember.
His work was on the cover of Time magazine in August '92, the year before we got married.
Oh, he's famous for a lot more than that, Mrs. Setna. His work was displayed at a private showing, I think at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, I believe.
Where? US, ma? Sala, apune to koi nahi gayo. What nonsense, these people. They have no decency to inform also, Dinsha. Dinsha.
Yes, Baba, I heard. The private collectors are not obliged to inform the sculptor. Anyway, this was a private showing. Anyway, Hala, I am not interested in selling my art anymore.
So, you've come from Velat?
No, from Jamshedpur. I was on the night bus. It took me quite a while to find this place.
Jamshedpur? Tatas?
Not exactly.
Come in.
It was really as simple as that. This would be my home for the following year. At first, I thought it may have been Dinshah's need for a pottery assistant, which he had advertised for. But somehow Katie's eagerness to allow me in told me that I'd be doing a lot more than just getting my hands dirty with clay. I apprenticed Dinshah Sitna, sculptor avant-garde, now vanished into obscurity. A recluse whose works had won several accolades which they knew nothing about.
You must hear my story. The day we and Dinshah got married. Dinshah, do you remember how drunk I got? Dinshah.
Me, they knew nothing about either. But within that year, they found a friend in me. I think it had something to do with the fact that a new face around gave some color to their seemingly mundane lives. Besides, the show could do with an extra hand around the house. Dinshah was an amiable fellow, I guess. He wasn't a very practical man, more the dreamer talker variety.
You know, hundreds of years ago, somebody like me must have stood on a hill like this and played Join the Dots with the stars. Oh. They saw shapes and things. They saw bears, insects, virgins, some whores, twins, triplets. Allah. What imagination. Chutias called them constellation.
First smoke of the morning and the stars would always come out for him.
Maybe I was born under a planet that was artistic. If I could sell my artistic experiences for what they cost me, I'd be a bloody millionaire. But my Nitaru, there is no planet for money. All these dead rocks are bloody piss poor.
Your wife loves astrology.
My wife loves astrology because she and that bloody Bollywood chappie share the same birth date. Samajh you ke? She loves astrology because no astrologer has ever been unkind to her the way she thinks life has been.
Why has life been unkind to her?
Mara baap, this is the closest Mars will ever be to Earth. Mars, the martial planet. The planet of war. Do you sense the martial force, Cyrus?
His wife, on the other hand, had plans of her own. Katie was a piece of work. My eyes would rarely get past her swish of hip and bounce of breast. I would blush profusely and she would love it. Most people make eye contact. Katie liked to make breast contact every chance she'd get. Her tits were the front desk, her PR troops, and they were oblivious to my discomfort. But I guess she was sweet, articulate, but hopelessly predictable and could not get through a sentence without relying on inappropriate cliches. Katie would lie around the whole day dreaming of things she could have been. She was in need of a plan to change her life. I caught glimpses of this dream every now and then and saw no harm in encouraging her half-baked aspirations.
Dinshah! This casting call before swine.
It's your brother from Dubai.
This time? Must be really early there. Hi, Pestan.
So I went along, for I was sure of one thing. If I wanted, I could play Katie like a violin. Leo Tolstoy once said, "All happy families resemble one another. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way." This is about the Setna family. The two brothers, their old father Fardunji, and a few variants thrown in for good measure. This is my side of their story. That's Dinshah's brother Farooq on his wedding day. Embarrassed at not marrying earlier, Farooq seemed proud at finally landing a young, demure bride. Unlike Katie, he had a clear plan of what he wanted. Their father, Fardunji, was a millionaire in his own right. In name only, mind you. He was the owner of an entire building in Bombay, yet lived like a pauper under the harsh hand of his son Farooq. Dinshah was the older of the Setna brothers. He and Farooq never saw eye to eye. He hated being here. After inheriting the country house over his father's building in Bombay, he had little interest or use for the family. How relaxed Farooq's bride Tina felt at this moment is anyone's guess. Someone who finally answered one of Farooq's repeated offers in various matrimonial columns. A lamb to the slaughter, one would imagine. And yet... So here we have the dregs of the Setna family tree. They'd had a rich past once. But something had changed along the way. The fruits and nuts had multiplied. And now they were one screwed up family like any other.
Cyrus, he's old, so please treat him carefully. He is worth much more than you can ever imagine. So just get on his good side. Yeah.
Have you thought about what you're asking me to do?
Hey, when you think too much and don't do nothing happens. Sairu, you think you came here by chance? This is our destiny, Sairu. Dinshah can keep mocking me.
He doesn't care about anything, okay? Let alone you or his family in Bombay. I mean, it's just...
I know. But listen, you just follow my instructions. This will work out for everyone. Just remember...
Just relax, okay? You were meant for much better things than this. They should be dry by the morning. Hey, Dinshah. Sorry. Good night.
Good night.
came Hyundai Elantra, India's first performance luxury sedan.
Mr. Setna? Mr. Fardunji Setna?
I'm old, dear, but you are not deaf. Can I help you, dear?
I'm sorry. The television was on so
Yes,
loud.
yes. The volume button is stuck on full. What can I do? You know, nowadays it's very expensive to fix them.
Oh, I could take a look for you if you like.
I know. Thank you.
No, Mr. Setna. I'm Cyrus, Katie's friend. Katie from Panchgani, your daughter-in-law, and Dinsha, your son.
Oh, yes, yes. Dinsha, my son, and Katie's wife.
They've given me something for you. It's for your birthday and for Parsi New Year.
They told me. You know, Katie actually telephoned me last night and told me to expect you. I didn't get a chance to speak to my Dinsha. He's working very hard, you know.
Yes, I know. Anyway, Katie said to say that they're both in the best of health, not to worry. You know, they asked me to give that to you in your hand, Mr. Setna. Please be careful. May I come in, please?
No. If they will find out, they will take it away from me. You know what they did to me the other day? They pushed me, they kicked me, asked me to get out of the house, said I'm a burden on them. He pushed me so hard that I fell on my knees. No, just look at the bruise.
Your son did that?
Dear, you don't know what it's like. They serve portions that are so small that I stay hungry for the whole day. Sometimes I feel so weak that I can hardly stand. I get giddy and fall down. And they say I'm a burden because I injure myself.
Did you put the door on the chain?
They don't allow me to do that. They have a key, and they said that they would have to break the door if I can't open it. And they also told me that the connecting door is sealed from their side. Please tell my son Dinsha and my sweet Katie how they are ill-treating me.
Well, I better get going, Mr. Setna. Is there anything else you want me to tell them?
Tell them to visit me, no? Panchgani is not that far.
I will. Now, please look before opening the door next time. You shouldn't just open it, without knowing who it is. It wasn't about the bruise. What sickened me was the sight of how helpless and vulnerable he was. How quickly everything seemed to break down once you get this old. Considering old Fardunji owned the entire building, I found it strange that he was caged into the back room of his son's house. Someone was going to have to take care of this old man.
Now, please don't give me some other excuse this time.
It's supposed to be a gift, isn't it? I mean, couldn't you wrap it up a little better or something?
Cyrus, please trust me. He loves these chocolates.
I'm sure he does, but they'll probably melt by next week.
That's not my problem. You just make sure that you keep him company this time. Anyway, darling, I have to leave. I have to go and pick up that bloody clay for Dinsha before the shop closes. Do you know how to use this? Cyrus, the latest phone. It even has games in it.
It's a phone, Katie. You dial, you speak, you hang up. Hello, Mr. Setna. You remember me? I came here before. Even as the words spilled out, I could tell he'd been having a foggy day in Neverland. I've seen statues with more expressive eyes. It had been, what, only a week? Senility was pissing all over him in a hurry. Katie and Dinshah's friend.
Who?
From Panchgani, I had brought you that Piramni last week.
No, thank you.
No,
I don't want any.
Katie and your son Dinshah.
Ah, Dinsha and Katie's friend.
How are you, Mr. Setna?
Hey, how is my Dinsha and that Katie?
They're fine. Here, these are for you. You like chocolates, don't you, Mr. Setna? Katie said these are your favorite. Mr. Setna, I need to use your telephone.
Chocolates. They send chocolates.
Yes, Mr. Setna. Should we keep them in the fridge while I make a short call?
Highly adept at pursuit intervention techniques. The state trooper moves in close to...
Are you going to call Katie and Dinsha and Panchgani? You know, they don't allow me to call long distance anymore.
Will they be dropping in sometime soon? Do you think they've realized through the thin wall that you have a visitor? I really hope so. Come over here. You can't take those to bed with you, Mr. Setna. Sit. Good. Should we open the bag? Let's try one, shall we?
No, son. I'll take this after dinner.
Sure you will. You just try one now. A small piece won't hurt.
Delicious.
Hello, Papa.
Mr. Farooq Setna, I'm Cyrus. Katie and Dinshah's friend?
So you've come from Panchgani?
Yeah, a week ago.
You brought a gift also. Stupid idiot. Open your mouth. Papa! Hey! Do you know, are you aware? Is my stupid brother aware that his father gets loose motions every time he eats this shit? So, Papa! Papa. Papa, come on, spit it out. Papa 1. Papa 2.
It's too late, Baba.
You shut up. You please don't interfere. None of your business. You've given your message, no? Now please get out. Papa, what have you got here? You stubborn old man. Why don't you listen to me? Then you can't boot, don't you?
What's going on here? What happened, Papa?
My brother has sent a new messenger boy. Salo Chelsea wants to take away his father again, long distance. Same bloody joke is going on for the last 5 years.
What is it this time? Did you have any of these?
He should have some consideration, no?
Papa, you know you cannot.
I have cleaned his bums. I know as a dutiful son I will go straight to heaven. But he should have some consideration, no? That's adding fuel to the fires.
Did you bring these?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
That's very kind of you. But you should know that any food items you bring for him is much better if you give us. I mean, we also give him chocolates and all. But, you give him the whole bag and there's no control. He doesn't realize he can't have them all at once. Your name is?
Cyrus Mistry.
Papa, I'll keep these in the fridge for you, huh? I'll give you some after dinner. Thank you. And bye-bye. How many of these did you eat, Papa?
Gear burn this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm leaving. Bye, Mrs. Sedna.
You know you get a stomach upset.
Whose stomach upset? What do you mean stomach upset? Your part Mario and Yo, he started falling. I have to bloody clean it up. I have to clean it up. This is the way you bloody make me. How long was he sitting over here?
This is what I call hoity cuisine. These Parsi dishes, na, they are fit for kings and princes.
But nothing compares to the bono we used to get in Bilimora.
Better than Bombay?
Well, much better. I remember Mr. Framji was his name. Framji Caterers of Bilimora. There used to be a wedding or function at least once a month. Framji Salo Budu, what Haruchi Akuri used to make? They would break 4,000 eggs. They would put their heart and soul into the preparation. Sara Framji meticulous about
Want some bread?
hygiene and traditional method.
Dincha?
Everything with your own hands and feet.
Dincha?
That's what makes food
Hey,
taste
Dinsha.
great.
What are you doing bug about? Marriage. Nobody listens to me anymore. Nobody. That Shalini, she took off. And for a year, I've done all the housework. Look at the house. Look at what I have to clean every day. Jhadu katko saman. Oh, it's coming out of my head. I'm cleaning till the cows come home. Listen, why can't we move to Bombay? I just don't understand. Yes, Bombay. Where your family is, where your brother is. Every night something is happening there. This place is dead. Here we can wait for heavens to come down and clean the falls also. Nothing will happen.
Take toll of the others. Just got about 15 and a bit over.
Aren't you coming to bed?
Yeah. That Kandu doesn't know what he's got. He's a fool. Never you braids and you married him. God only knows. Hold on. If you're not feeling sleepy, then read a magazine or something, no? Why are you poking your nose in my work? Calm down, Nandichu. Huh? Really? Now, you should understand. Why do you have to keep talking when you know I've been disturbed? There be a nothing, man.
Looking back, they were a funny bunch, all right. I use the word funny loosely, perhaps. Funny as in not quite understandable. Some rattling bones in closets, stuff swept under carpets, maybe. I couldn't really narrow it down more than that. But they went on living and loving each other in that funny sort of way.
What are you doing?
Trying to make our lives a little simpler.
How? By playing with electricity. Do you know how dangerous it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect our old answering machine so that I can take bookings for my pottery school.
Answering machine. Why? What's wrong with your tongue? You can't answer the bloody phone or what? Acting as if you go on holiday every day.
Arey, you know I'm busy all day in the pottery shed with my work.
And your bungli.
And By the time I reach the phone, the damn thing is dead. So many calls I keep missing.
Arey, that's why we have bloody cordless, you idiot. Which you've removed from the charger. Oh, could I? Don't touch the phone. I'm expecting a very important call from my brother in Dubai.
Every day he calls you. Must be having a lot of money.
Yes, he does.
बराबर फिक्स किया क्या इडो मजे में अरे गनम Other part, kill that bastard dog. Go. Hey, do जरा पानी अपना.
Hello? Hello?
Long to pick up the phone. I could be halfway to Panchgani in that time.
You know, it's a big house. This poor bungalow I live in.
Well, do you have the exact time?
Exact time? Yes, of course, 1 second. It's exactly 2:07.
The bloody clock is slow. It's showing 5 to 2. My stomach is never wrong. 2 o'clock on the dot and I know it's lunchtime. These Baba Adam ka clocks, no, they are you.
Please sign these forms, sir. The customer's waiting outside.
You know it is my lunchtime, no? Why you have to come last minute?
Mr. Porras just gave me these forms. It's for Mrs. Nanavati. She needs her for a
Very sure I have to call you back. So how is that duffer husband of yours?
Hello. You have reached in Shah Setna's poetry school. You are young and enterprising.
Sorry, darling. That was the machine our Pro Einstein just fixed.
I knew that, but the bloody phone got cut out.
I'm dying here, Maru Raju. Working non-stop day and night. Oof, this is all getting too much for me. I need to be rescued.
Don't worry, Mari Jalebi. I will be your Lord Falkland.
How sweet. Lord Khan?
Hello, Falkland lock-in war कौन था? Hello, tried to cross the Queen over the puddle. No?
Whoever, who cares? This is no puddle I'm in. I'm fully drowning.
I'll be your Baywatch lifeguard before you go down for the third time. I'll be there and you will sail away in the sunset. Not some chutiya machi boat, that is what you're on right now.
Come right now and take me away.
Aram thi, my little Malainu Khaju, Aram thi. You cannot rush these things.
Do you know? I'm wearing the dress you gave me.
So, Valesh, you must be looking like Mumtaz right now. Oh, Tani Amna and Malindani Khani Kaija.
How's that Sipply wife of yours?
Must be okay. Sally is getting too big for her boots.
I think these new brides are all like that. First 6 months they're as good as gold. Then they start to bite the hand that feeds them. They think marriage is a luck. But it takes commitment, compromise, give and take, ups and downs. They think they've got them hooked, booked and... Ah! What the hell do you think you're doing?
You've seen my shoes. My feet are...
Are you mad sneaking up on me like that? Do you have any idea how high my BP is? Bloody idiot.
Just can't
Hello?
understand
Hello?
where my shoes are.
Oh, just shut up. You're losing your mind and you're worried about your shoes?
Look at this cut. Look at
Oh,
this cut.
can I?
Seriously, you think it needs...
I can't
That's another side of blood.
Tetanus?
Chhi! What were you doing down there? Kevo was 501 kundar mari gaya teva.
See, na, look at the flowers.
Tharu bheju. Oh God, whatever little bheja you had is slowly being fried with that nonsense you smoke.
Look at the flowers. I wanted to get them for the dining table, but I couldn't find my shoes.
Flowers.
It's true now, what they say, that God is in the small details. Get this for this. Oh. My support also broke. Can you get it repaired when you go to Panchgani town next?
God is in the little details. What happens to the Bilka picture? Who looks after that? Bloody idiot.
Bucha! Bucha! Buchan! Joyo ne? Orang sana jo. Let's go.
રવિવારના જામેમાં તારી પાયદાસ વાચે
પેટમાં ઇન્જેક્શન લેવા પહેલા પૈસા કોણ આપે તારો મરેલો બાપ હા યાદ આવી પૈસા ગયા પૈસા વસૂલ કરે અરે સાલી કૂતરી વિજય તું મેચ चाहिए તું મેચ you got mad what
અરે જા રે તારી હિંમત કેમ થઈ મારા ટોમીને લાત મારવાની સાલા
શું થયું યાર મારા ગાડીને માર પાડી નાખે
હમણાં જઈને પોલીસમાં ફોન કરું
સત્યના હે What are you laughing for? Get out! I'm going to go. You're going to touch. Haram khoro. Fix करके. Okay. Please.
And that, my friend, is checkmate.
You know, it's much better now. I've stopped using a pillow also.
Very bad sleeping posture. You must take care, Baba. It is not good to take such a burden on your shoulders.
Actually, I think you should see to Farooq now. It looks like he has a very bad sprain.
How did it happen? Football?
He's a bit old for that.
With that stomach, any gan, ni gardan, ached, I just say. You must insist on him dieting.
You think he'll ever listen to me?
Anyway, we can try. Now, you do one thing, you keep this on till the evening. Don't take it off.
Sir, I am completely fine now. Sir.
Chal Farooq ji, under आओ. Let me have a look at it.
तू बैसिएगा बस तू जाने हाँ फिर डॉक्टर अरे काई नहीं I'm absolutely fine
परेशान करवा रहे अच्छा वही उठस बेस
તમારો ગ્રેન્ડસન છે
અરે મારો દીકરો છે બાયલા પણ છોડ
Oh yeah, I forgot about Senior Inspector Maninder Lovely. Bombay's finest, duty-bound to protect and serve, but on his own terms. A brutal policeman with the social skills of the scum he had dedicated his life to putting away. Scuzzy underworld elements, dowry killers, rapists, murderous rioters had all at some time or the other come into contact with the business end of his philosophy of live and let die. But at this very moment in his life, little did Lovely know that he would decide the fate of the entire Setna family.
Shoulder dislocation. Shoulder dislocation. And you?
Oh, sorry. Actually, I'm here with my husband. He seems to...
Nadirji is the best bone setter in India. He has set more bones in my body than there are. You see, ma'am, in police work, we face death staring at us all the time.
How's it feeling?
Nothing. Bastard twisted it more. Chal. Bag le Chal.
Mrs. Setna. Mrs. Setna.
Choose a life of crime, you must consequences. Yes. Come. Show you where you're going.
You giving a message?
You. Why have you come here? Why couldn't you ever teach me how to love anyone? You could have cut my wrists with the slash of a knife. But why?
Why do you have to clip my wings? My wings!
Cyrus! I'm your only friend, Cyrus! Don't forget! Cyrus!
Upon the stairs, I saw a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there the other day. I wish to God he'd go away.
How's your arm, Inspector? Have they relocated your bone?
As good as new, madam. Actually, it was...
It was very nice of you to take charge of my belongings, but they would have been perfectly safe with Nadarji. Does anyone ever pick up the phone around here?
24 hours, madam. Ringer on full volume so that I can hear it in the Popat room.
The Popat room?
That is inside, reserved for the finer section of the society. You know, madam, when they come here, they are very strong and silent. But by the time they leave, I know their Phoopy's blood group and what they ate in breakfast 16 years ago. Where
they talk like Popats. I get it. But nobody answered the phone when I called 6 times. 6 times.
Hey, Tambe! साले किधर था तू? तेरे को बोला था ना इधर रहने के लिए गाय. They should be here now when I'm busy. No, I mean they don't understand.
Could I have my locket, please?
Of course, madam. But why you worry? We are the police, and it is more safer with us than it is with you. Hey, तांबे, बेटा लॉकेट लाओ ना. और चाय का क्या हुआ? 10 मिनट हो गए.
Let's really give them something to clean up this time, shall we? The whole works.
No, son. I really shouldn't, you know.
No, you really should. Now, if this doesn't kill a few million of your potty bugs, nothing will.
Hey, maja na darus, huh?
I can see you have a fine palate for the good stuff, Mr. Sedna. You know your gold from your Gadira Nugu, don't you? Should have educated your son while you were at it. You all right, Mr. Sedna?
Arey, you don't know how we used to drink. During Prohibition, the British soldiers of Pune garrison would sell us bottles smuggled straight from Scotland. Those are the days. So dhamal. I remember one officer's wife, whom we all used to fada one by one. But she had an eye for me.
How come Farooq didn't get any of your classiness?
Who? ये तो साला सुबर से.
I think you should have whacked that one a little more, Mr. Sidna.
No. I kept him in line good and proper. Salah, he's such a bailo that I had to hit him to make him a man. Do you see this? This was my father's. At first, I let Farooq be. Let him grow on his own. But his mother spoiled him. Maro Faluki, Maro Bucho. I used to tell her, Salah ne be lafa mari parkadi muk. I used to catch him by his collar, push him out of the house. Salah, ja, kahin seekh, kahin ram, rough tough tha. And then he used to cry like a bailo. I used to use this then.
You used to hit him with your ring. Upon the stairs, I saw a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there the other day. I wish to God he'd go away.
See, the reason why I took the locket, madam. This Nadaji may be a friend of yours, but I am his favorite patient. And believe me what I tell you. His wife, Mahrukh, has a problem with picking up others' things, believing that they are hers. And this problem has passed through the children. Arey, his son started shouting, making halla gulla when I asked him about my handcuffs back. And Mahrukh insisted that they were his handcuffs. I know this is hardly a laughing matter, but I did not want it to insult Nadaji. So I let it fly off the cuff.
You have a way with words, Inspector.
Madam, by now you have realized that I am a man of few words. And we both know that the strength of a man is not in his words, but in its meaning. Hey, Tambe! कितनी बार बोले तेरे को चाय चांद खिलाएगा?
You know how to play chess, Mr. Sidna?
Used to. I was not a grandmaster or anything. But Salah, my father told me one thing about life from this game. He used to say, always remember, son, once the game is over, the king and the pawn go back into the same box.
Hey, try this. I think you'll like it.
And of course, you Parsis are known for your generosity to other Parsis only, huh? No, please, madam.
Inspector, has your clock stopped?
Has it? Oh, Tambe! See, it stopped. It is the evening time, just past 5 for being exact.
Oh, it's late. I should go. I have to buy vegetables for dinner and my husband will be home soon. I'm also running late for my waxing appointment.
What a coincidence. My daughter is also making candles.
Something like that. I hope I get back before he does. He gets very angry if his tea is not ready when he comes in.
Yeah, even my missus keeps the tea hot whatever time I return. Maybe I will accompany you to the vegetable cellar. It's round the corner.
Thank you so much for keeping my locket. It was a pleasure meeting you, Inspector.
Pleasure is with me, madam. In this place, I hardly get a chance to meet people of my frequency very often.
Katie and Dinsha and Pengini really care about me. They are the only ones who care. I should have stayed with them. Do you know? They keep calling me.
Yeah, I know. Dinsha talks about you all the time.
What's this for?
Don't worry, Mr. Sidna. I'm on your side. I'm here to help you. You just relax and enjoy your party. Okay? I know you said it was locked, Mr. Sidna. But have you got the keys for the connecting door? Mr. Sidna, the keys? Very well then. They're right, you know. People like you don't realize how much of a burden you can be. Nobody wants old people. Old people are like a cancer. They feed off other people like parasites. They suck off the lives of younger people. Don't you, old man? Why do you even let it get to this stage? We'll meet in your little chess box sometime, my old friend. Nothing. Shit, they really do starve him. You're better off now, Mr. S. What you had before was a slow, slow death.
Hello?
Hi, beautiful. Your husband is hereby orphaned.
Oh my God. You're not pulling my leg now?
Well, I was planning to actually, but then he mysteriously passed away.
Is there a mess?
Now, isn't that a stupid question? What if there is? You want me to call housekeeping and have them clear it up?
Don't be sarcastic, okay, Cyrus?
Relax, chill. This is already longer than I planned to talk to you. Should we meet later? Over drinks or something?
Just remember she comes home at 5:30. So there's enough time. You know what you have to do.
Now, you're sure she's going to come in here? Or do I have to find the key and go next door to wait for her?
I told you that she comes in. She does it every day. Just wait for her.
Okay.
And also just remember that you just have
Jesus, what a wound-up bitch here.
When she comes, she goes straight.
How did you ever approve?
And you have just that much time to get inside the door.
Such a sweet old bugger.
Are you listening to me,
Did good
Cyrus?
for his kids.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Should have let him finish his meal at least.
Hello?
Probably the best freaking meal he's had in these last few shitty years of his life.
What the hell are you saying?
But you can't make an omelette without breaking any eggs, now can you? And a little stitch in time saves 9, doesn't it? Yeah, bye. Cow. Yup, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. And Katie liked her omelets done just fine. A tasty little 2-egg omelette, inheriting an entire building in central Bombay, a spiffy vintage car to drive around in, a lover with high aspirations who's married to a meek little bitch who thought the sun shone out of her convent ass. Yup, what better place to look but the immediate family? So bring out the frying pan, time for the eggs to go one by one. Whisk, whisk, splat, splat. Holy shit. So apparently Katie had a 3-egg omelette in mind. The final splat. Nothing like the succulent taste of a double cross to garnish a bland breakfast. Wow. This was going to be good. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, having fun while I do the hard work? ગામના બટાટા વડા ખાઈ ખાઈને તારી ગાંડ મોટી થઈ ગઈ છે.
Hello. Farooq. Hello.
Hello, Katie, you ugly, stupid, cross-eyed whore.
Cyrus, that's you? Why are you calling? Tina's due.
You know it's me, you freaking cow. Tina came so early. She was wearing pants and a shirt. If I'm not mistaken, she had a haircut and a sex change. What a girl.
What are you talking about?
Listen to me. You know how I hate talking on phones. I'll make it brief but very clear so you know exactly where we both stand, okay? Hello.
You bastard!
Me?
I was wondering where you were, you dirty piece of shit. How did you get in here?
Doesn't work finish at 6:30? You playing hooky again, Farooq, dear? Look at you, you fat slob. What was the bravest thing you ever did? Push dear daddy in the bathroom. Take away his candy. Oh boy, I'm going to enjoy bashing your cowardly bones till you squeal, you fat bastard.
Cyrus.
This was such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. Katie, you stupid slut. What made you think that some fat slob could take me out with a lead pipe? Jeez, no wonder.
Cyrus, listen.
No, shut up, bitch. Let me finish. One more interruption and I'll hang up and you'll never know who my dad is.
Cyrus, don't do that.
So your lover was supposed to surprise me with some iron rod in his gun, huh? Well, he's the one with the shocked expression right now.
The phone's dead.
Maybe Katie should have bought you a mobile phone too, you prick. Anyway, thanks for the cash, though it really didn't cover the double cross. Are you thankful, you oily whore?
What have you done?
Sorry, I can't quite hear you. You were saying?
You idiot! What have you done? What's happening down there?
Why don't you ask your Faltu Froggy tomorrow when he calls you at 2 in the afternoon? Looking for something, Farooqi dear? Something like this, perhaps? Huh? So you and your whore thought you'd screw me around, huh? That macho Farooq would walk in, find dear daddy dead, and his sweet wife Tina too. Murdered by big bad Cyrus. And then what? That Farooq Setna the Brave would kill me with this? I'm sorry, Froggy dear. You're just not part of the bigger plan.
I'm not finding this funny, Cyrus, and don't...
Relax. Don't you know how thorough I am? Who kept your Panchgani house clean for you? Huh? With your sweet dim-wit husband who left trails of mucky clay all over the place and his high-class whore wife who was too la-di-da to do any cleaning herself. You're not gonna peel your pants, are you, big boy? Yes, I do, but unlike you, women don't fall asleep while I'm at it. Very slow, drooping shoulders, heavy tits, fat so unremarkable in your presence. But for that look, that ugly bad look, blood and blubby mouth, and those cruel eyes. Shit. Hello? You still there?
You bastard! All I wanted to do was send him presents. And it was you. You planted this evil idea in my head. You're such a sick guy, Cyrus.
And you're a dumb bitch, Katie. I played you long before the chocolates and the money. No omelets for you, darling. They're bad for your health. It was a beautiful evening. I wondered that day what Panchgani's weather would be like. And Dinsha, that tired, pathetic pothead, dreaming his rank, stale dreams, unaware that his immediate world was not what he thought. Unaware that the sky would open up and great gobs of shit would fall on his sweaty, wrinkled pate. Too stoned to see that his wife's shell-shocked expression was due to the realization that her life had come to an end. What happened to Katie and Dinsha next was something they never would have imagined in their wildest dreams.
So, shall we understand one basic premise? That we are all educated peoples in this room. You, Mr. Setna, teacher of making pots, pans, beautiful items such like, and your educated wife. And I, my dear, may not possess your basic Parsi nobility and your exalted qualifications, but I would like to point out that when I'm faced with a situation like this, where I have 2 deceased cops and so much of forensic evidences, I don't need I don't need your MA, MD, PhD qualifications, Angie, to put it two and together. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's preposterous.
No proposed. That's proposed. All the evidence in these files are... Hey, let me finish. Yeah.
Senior Inspector Maninder Lovely had been shunted to various departments all over the country owing to his passion for violence and corruption. But you just couldn't hit the so-called decent folk in this town without some political shit hitting the fan. And when Lovely could not get violent, he did the next best thing. He got verbal diarrhea.
See, there is no way out for you otherwise. Now, only if you cooperate and tell us where is the gun which you used on your brother, the court might be inclined to be lenient. Already you are facing one charge of murder. Both of you. We have already discovered the knife, and sooner or later we will find the weapon which you used to shoot Mr. Farooq Seth. Why not save yourself grief?
Then Shah, I keep telling you it is that Cyrus.
See, I can understand you say that this boy, known to you, Cyrus, or whatever, whose surname even you are not knowing, befriended your aged father and killed him. For what reason, I don't know. And then he went next door and killed Mr. Farooq Seth. For what reason? I don't know. And then maybe he wiped out all the prints and cleaned with meticulous care. I left. I can understand that.
What about you find this boy? I can't understand why you're harassing us like this.
I'm harassing you. Or else you keep on talking about this boy all the time. This boy did this, this boy did this, this boy went up the hill, this boy come down the other side. Which boy is this? From where he came and where he is now? And instead of his prints all over the place, why there are yours, madam, and yours.
I had lied to Katie about everything being cool. Come to think of it, I had lied to Katie about everything. I figured I was more Din Shah's right-hand man, so I stuck to keeping more of Katie's prints on my left. There were prints in every conceivable place. Places that even the sloppiest of criminals would overlook. The cops had just never had it so easy.
This fine gentleman sitting here says how he has not met his father for last 1 year. Then please explain me why his shoe footprints and mud from his Panchkani house is there at the scene of the crime. Why, how?
I was not in Bombay. I was in Panchkani. I have an alibi. You know, that bastard, he called me in Panchkani. Please, check the phones. Check the phones, please check the phones. I was in Panchkani.
You are truly Superman, a woman. Maybe you have powers to be at two places at one time. Maybe you are like leave it. So you come to Bombay, you stick a big knife into your father-in-law, and then you kill Mr. whoever with his own gun, and then you wait for his sweet wife to come and to offer, so that the whole building is yours. But unknown to you, she is with me. Thank God for her. And now you can't wait, so you leave. Now you two gentlemen peoples traveling up and down from Panchkani to Mumbai and back, who will see you? Who will remember you? Sir, all you parties look like. Don't you agree with me? And madam, for this alibi you talk of, Lord Krishna will come down and blame it for you. And the judge will throw the case out of the court because you call your Panchkani mansion from this mobile phone which was used at the scene of the crime.
I did not. I was in Panchkani.
And the honor of which is none other than you, madam.
No, it's not like this. It's not like this. I gave him the phone so that he could call me. Why can't you understand this boy? town. He used to run errands for me. He used to go to that bloody baker Baroj to get bread for me. Please ask Baroj. Please ask Baroj. Baroj has seen him so many times. Just ask him.
You have this annoying temperament whereby you seem to be telling me how to carry out my investigation. I will tell you. I was in Panchgani for 2 days. Mind you, 2 days in that beautiful hill station, minus my missus. Talking to everyone. Please do not insult my intelligence. Do I insult yours? And Mr. Baroj, this friendly bakers of yours, laughed. He laughed and he did this. But mind you, I almost corrected him because according to me, you are not... No. You are a twisted criminal genius, my dear lady.
If I was a twisted criminal genius, you think I would have left my fingerprints all over the place? If I've heard of alibis, you think I've not heard of fingerprinting? Do I look so stupid to you? I'm an idiot?
That is fortunately...
Unfortunately.
I knew that. As I said, madam, unfortunately, that is not for me to comment upon. Unfortunately.
It is arguable that Katie could ever have talked her way out of this one, considering there were more prints of hers in that house than there are Chinamen in China. But an officer who resented the protected minorities was not the best choice for Katie to stab in the cheek with a freshly sharpened pencil. This was quite simply the worst move she ever made in her essentially motionless life.
Thank you. The price is negotiable, so please call anytime.
Mrs. Segner?
You're a full month late, Cyrus Mistry. That is still your name, isn't it? And just when I was reveling in the fact that stingy bastard husband of mine had saved more than we can ever spend, you'll never believe what I found stashed in the old fool's mattress. Look in the sideboard under all that stuff in the second drawer.
How much is that?
Enough to buy another house, probably. Though some of those notes are so old, that freak must have been hoarding since he was a teenager. There's more in the cupboard.
But why did he ever live like that? Why didn't he ever spend any of it? He didn't have to depend on you all.
Probably the sight and smell of it kept him alive, considering the shit we fed him. And what's with the shaggy look? You don't shave anymore? If Dad had been around, he would have given you a good thrashing for looking like this.
If Dad had been alive, I think he would have given us both a good thrashing for little more than just my looks.
Hey, forget all that. That crap is over. Look at us, we finally arrived.
I was thinking of riding down to Panchgani today.
What? No. You will do no such thing.
But
No buts. You're going nowhere unless I say so. Is that clear? Look at me when I talk to you, goddammit. I said, is that clear? Sorry?
Yes, it's clear.
Good. Now, I haven't said anything about you coming back a full month later than I'd instructed. You didn't call me. You didn't ask if I needed anything. You're crossing the bloody line, Xerxes. Shut up! You listen to me. The Setna chapter is over, and you better start towing the line because soon it'll be time to open a new one.
Why? Look, everything worked out in our favor this time. We were lucky, don't you get it?
Who the hell do you think you are to backfire on me now? Do you know the shit that I've gone through protecting you, Xerxes? I'm the only one you've got, Xerxes. Don't ever forget that. What are you without me? You're nothing but a common criminal, that's all. So don't give me that crap about lucking out. Planned every single frigging detail along the way. I've made you who you are, Xerxes. You've still got a long way to go.
Relax, sweetie. Nobody's pushing anything. I'm just kidding, hmm?
It was really as simple as that. What happened after I left, I really don't know. I could only guess. I took what I needed, a little spending money to reach my next destination, a few troubled memories, and a vague shadow of the person I had once been. I'm sure Katie regretted her greed and probably Dinshah's secondary smoke that had clouded her mind. As for Dinshah, he was too far gone to realize that he was in for life. And me, I got my freedom back. I was free from a part of me which I no longer recognized. Though I wondered if any of it really mattered. But there was one thing I knew I would never forget. Once the game is over, the king and the pawn go back into the same box.